wanted to do more of a step-by-step video showing you converting these patches from lawn to garden. Unfortunately, all of my neighbors have their most noisy toys out today, and so I've been waiting and working and hoping to see a break in the noise. Now, there are some components of what I've done that are absolutely unnecessary. You don't need to put a wooden frame around your patch of lawn when you are converting it to a garden. I like to do it because it matches all the other places where I've put a wooden frame around my garden patch, and also it just kind of helps block out just where I want to kill my lawn so I don't accidentally color outside the lines. So having done that, I just dug a little 1 foot wide path along each side of this section. So now there's path between these two blocks and path between these two blocks, which will allow me to walk around between my planting blocks. It's not wide enough for a wheelbarrow or my garden wagon. Because these are mostly going to be for large summer annuals that don't get planted until about late May, early June, and I'm not going to be harvesting anything in here probably after September, it's not super important for me to be able to get through here with large tools all the time. There will be plenty of room for me to just walk over the beds in the fall when I need to clean things up for the season, and so that's what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, I have my narrower pathways to walk on when I'm tending to my crops and picking them. The stakes are just there to act as kind of impromptu hose guides so I don't drag my hose across a row while I'm watering. That one right there initially went in to help hold the wooden frame up because it was originally supported by the lawn. Now it's doing double duty because it can do that and be a hose guide, and that's what gave me the idea for these other stakes to go in. Not necessary with my raised beds because they also act as hose guides just naturally by virtue of being above the ground. Unfortunately, while I was so first I killed the lawn, and then my plan was to just cover it with compost. Dead lawn, compost on top, done. Plant the seeds in the layer of compost, and that is my summer garden. Unfortunately, I've run out of compost, so I either need to make do with what I've got or find a way to get more during the COVID-19 pandemic. My pile is hot. That's very exciting. I broke down and invested in a soil thermometer, and so I'm able to watch the temperature of my compost pile now and give it what it needs to heat it back up when I see that it's cooling off. So now I'm actually composting at a decent rate, but it's still not going to be ready in time for summer gardening because this is the third weekend in April. So my last video was during the first weekend in April. We've skipped a couple weeks. This video is the third weekend in April, and time for planting out summer crops is coming up in under a month, so I'm not going to be able to use my homegrown compost. So in these beds here in the ground, I'm going to grow big crops like corn and squash and runner beans, and probably I'm going to plant some bush beans around them just because I might. I noticed we've got some seed potatoes lying around. I might put some more potatoes in here. We'll find out. But nothing's going in yet. I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to do for more compost. I should show you, because I know in my last video I thinned my lettuce. Let me show you what it looks like 2 weeks later, because it's put on a fair bit of growth. Let's go look. Yeah, I thought I'd make you watch me pull back the mesh. Because why not? It's kind of an action sort of thing. A big reveal. Moved my weights. Back it comes. Alright, you can see most of my rows have, in fact, filled in quite nicely. And over here we've got the lettuce. It is still too closely spaced, but it is working on getting big enough for me to thin it and create baby salad. Here's my empty row, which I'm still guessing was one of the oak leaf lettuce varieties. You can see the onions have come up, the carrots are growing true leaves now, more lettuce, spinach. So it's all growing in. It's grown a fair bit in the last 2 weeks. We've had some nights below freezing. We've had a hard frost, actually just the night before last, and everything came through it just fine. I'm very excited for these all to mature enough that I don't have to keep them watered quite so often. You can also see there in the background, I think, my peas. Let's take a look. Yeah, you can see my peas. So those have come up and are just starting to climb the trellis. It's very exciting. The potatoes still are not up. I'm wondering if it's been too cold for the potatoes to come up. Since I planted whole potatoes, I'm not terribly worried about them rotting in the soil, and we'll keep an eye on them. From what I've read, I'm not supposed to water them very much until the sprouts come up, so fingers crossed. And if I'm not doing a video right when they come up, I'll let you know how long it took. So yeah, warmer planting times probably get you faster potatoes. So this is mostly the exciting stuff that's happening in the garden. I have some tomato starts in my cold frame right now. I'm not using the cold frame to keep them warm. I'm just using it to keep them protected from the wind. And I've also got my fleece over them to block some of that sunlight, because it's pretty sunny today. That's really all that I've got going on in my garden today. Would have liked to do a little bit more, but I think I have to wait till I get my quite grubby mitts on some compost. So this video is going to be, you're welcome, short, and we'll update you when something interesting happens.